First responders from all over Calhoun County came here to save a man's life out of this bin Monday evening. I'm Jory Talley, and I'll tell you more about that rescue and the training that went into it.
WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. The Columbus Lowndes Convention and Visitors Bureau Board reaches an agreement and is ready to send its 2% restaurant tax counter interlocal agreement to the Columbus City Council.
WCBI's Parker King was there for what was a very short meeting this afternoon. He joins us live outside the CVB headquarters.
Guys, the meeting lasted a whopping total of 2 minutes because there was really only one issue to discuss, and that's when the payments would actually begin if this 2% tax, restaurant tax rather, is going to become a thing. Now, the CVB would like to start payments on October 1st when their fiscal year starts, whereas the city would like July 1st. That's all up to the decision of the city council right now, because this passed 5-4, so it's going to go over there and we can see if we can finally put these negotiations to rest. This is Parker King outside of the CVB headquarters. We're going to toss it live to Quentin Smith, who is outside of the Columbus Municipal Complex, outside of an ongoing city council meeting. Quentin.
Parker, the Columbus City Council meeting wrapped up just minutes ago. And in today's meeting, city leaders did not address the interlocal agreement. But I am told there will be a special called meeting in a few weeks, and that's when city leaders will address the issue. Now, city leaders were also scheduled to discuss the open seat left on the school board, but in today's meeting, they did not touch that subject. But one thing they did do, they did honor a Columbus police officer for going over and beyond the call of duty. And they also awarded Jessie Drew. You may remember Jessie Drew. She was the person who organized the search parties for Christopher Reed after he went missing last month. They gave her a plaque to just thank her for all of her hard work in doing that. Now, city leaders are currently in executive session, but coming up tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10, we'll have more from this meeting, and we'll hear from Columbus Mayor Robert Smith. But for now, reporting live in Columbus, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, Quentin, thanks so much for that update. If you're looking for a career in law enforcement, the Columbus Police Department is hiring several positions. This coming Saturday, CPD will host a career day at the department headquarters on Main Street. It starts at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. There will also be a shuttle to take those interested on a tour of the new firing range. Applications will be taken there that day. For questions or for more information, you can call 662-251-3746.
Alabama Governor Kay Ivey appoints a new Lamar County probate judge. Dale McGee was given the position late Monday afternoon. The seat had been vacant since January 31st. Ivey had to make the appointment. Probate court cases such as estates and adoptions could not proceed while the office was vacant. An election will be held at a later date.
Economic development is vital for the growth of cities and towns, and Lee County has a steady success rate when it comes to attracting and keeping businesses.
Yeah, now plans for a 4th industrial park are in the works. Allie Martin talks with executives at 2 of the county's industrial parks who say economic development is a team sport.
Joey Tarrant remembers when H.M. Richards moved into the Harry Martin North Lee Industrial Complex from its Saltillo warehouse. The stationary upholstered furniture manufacturer had 50 employees when it moved into its first building at the industrial park near Baldwin and Guntown.
We moved into a 100,000 square foot facility here, and currently we have a little over 1 million square feet of manufacturing and warehouse space.
The company now employs about 1,100 people, and Tarrant says the industrial park's proximity to Highway 45 was a key factor when H.M. Richards began operations there in 1999. Since then, he says, the Community Development Foundation has been a key partner with every expansion.
We would consider them critical advisors. They do a lot of the engineering work beforehand to soil and the different types of inspections that you have to go through from an environmental standpoint. They work with us and with the local government, state government, federal government for our community development block grants that help with the infrastructure.
Blue Delta Jeans is another company with an eye on future growth. That's why they moved to Lee Industrial Park South in May. Josh West is CEO of Blue Delta, which makes custom jeans and pants for customers throughout the United States and the world. This is the company's third location since it started operations with one employee in 2012. West says the current location will meet long-term needs.
And it's just important to have that infrastructure around you. A lot of businesses around here, we know we're going to have what we need to grow. We know we're going to have the support, and it just helps to be in that industrial environment. So you really know you can plan for growth when you know you're in a well-planned area.
Both Tarrant and West also credit a well-trained, ethical, and dependable workforce with their company's successes. In Lee County, I'm Al Martin, WCBI News.
There are currently 44 companies at Lee County's 3 industrial parks, representing a diverse group of industries from roofing to food production and distribution. Time now to turn our attention over to weather, and Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is standing by with a very soggy first look.
Joey, 6:06 alive looking downtown Columbus. Right now we have wet weather, 53 degrees, a northerly wind in Columbus at 5 miles per hour. It's only 47 in Tupelo, 41 in Oxford, but 60 down here, 63 actually in Philadelphia. Some heavier downpours moving through Lowndes County right now in the Columbus area up towards Lee County and Tupelo. Not a lot going on, but notice how we have more and more showers back down to the west and southwest, and that will tend to fill in with time. A flash flood watch across the southern half of our area through tonight. We still expect the potential of 1 to 3 inches of rain somewhere in our area here later on tonight. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
3 men are arrested while Boonville police search for 3 others in an armed robbery and kidnapping. 31-year-old Corey Kilgore and 19-year-old Jalen Gates are both charged with 2 counts of armed robbery and 2 counts of kidnapping. Bond for the Houston men set at $250,000 each. Meanwhile, 20-year-old Jawan Johnson of Saltillo is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit armed robbery. His bond is $10,000. Boonville Police Chief Michael Ramey says 2 women were robbed and tied up inside a unit at College View Apartments on February 1st. Ramey declined to release the names of the other 3 suspects.
An overturned truck and a trapped driver forces rescuers to use the jaws of life today in Oktibbeha County. Just after 3 o'clock, volunteer fire crews were called to New Light Road, and the truck ran off the road, rolling down a nearly 20-foot embankment. The roof of the truck was removed to free the driver. He was taken to OCH for treatment. Central Adeton and Sturgis volunteers helped Central Oktibbeha with the rescue.
Well, Calhoun County first responders saved a man's life late Monday afternoon after an hour-and-a-half rescue mission. A
Morgan Farms worker in Vardaman accidentally fell inside a bin while trying to unclog the grain. It's a scenario rescuers prepare for every year. Our Jory Talley joins us in the studio with more.
It was a matter of timely training. Firefighters were able to use new skills and new equipment to free the man. The Calhoun County Fire Coordinator calls this successful rescue mission a countywide effort.
Every time I talk to him, he'd give me the thumbs up. He said, "I'm okay." I said, "Well, just hang in there. It may be a while before they get here, but we're going to get you out there."
An hour-and-a-half later, rescuers made good on that promise.
We was worried about him to start with. Once we got in there with him and got to talking to him, he was doing good, breathing fine. And from there, I mean, it was just doing what we'd been trained to do. And like Chris said, it was a countywide effort.
It's the first time for the county to put their bin rescue training to use in a real-life scenario.
We as a county trained on this. A Farm Bureau provided training last year, I think, and the county participated in that. They set up actually little mini grain bins, and then we actually trap people in those and get them out.
It's also the first time the county has used their very own grain bin rescue equipment. Farm Bureau donated money to the county to buy the equipment, and Fire Coordinator Chris Williams says he never really thought they'd have to put it to use.
It's very rare. I mean, we've been to this training, not only here in the county, we've been to other counties for the training as well.
Once responders got here to the scene and stabilized the area, the training went into full swing.
We take this tube and start putting it together around the person, and once we get it put together and we push it down to the grain as far as we can, we have an auger that starts augering the grain out from inside that tube, and that keeps the grain from collapsing back on him.
Tony Morgan says his employee was trapped chest deep in 30,000 bushels of corn, but he was back at work today, and both men are very thankful. Williams says firefighters learned some new tips in Monday's rescue with the help to go along with their training.
All right, glad to hear he's okay. An MUW professor is singled out for statewide recognition.
And when we come back, we find out how her hard work is adding up on campus.
Welcome back. A longtime Mississippi University for Women faculty member is recognized for her hard work and dedication. At a ceremony this morning, Dr. Dion Fortenberry was named as the W's nominee for the Institution of Higher Learning Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion Award. Fortenberry was chosen for her remarkable work with international students and her promotion of women in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In her time at the W, Dr. Fortenberry has increased the international student population nearly 371%.
Her teaching and then her work as the department chair both have been really instrumental in making the Department of Math and Science a place where women and all kinds of people, and international students especially, feel welcome and find success.
And each university nominates a candidate. They will be recognized at the IHL board meeting on February the 15th.
And area animal shelters, they often find themselves on the wrong side of supply and demand. Too many animals and not enough homes. But a grant from PetSmart helps the Oktibbeha County Humane Society balance that equation. OCHS Express sends animals from their facility and others in the area to parts of the country where there are fewer adoptable animals. Since 2016, the adoption rate for OCHS has gone from 50 to around 98%.
The feeling that you get from knowing that every animal you come in contact to, just about, except for really sick or injured ones, gets to find that forever home is a really great feeling.
OCHS Express celebrates a milestone today at 7 o'clock here. This is the one-year-old dog Velvet that will be the transport's 4,000th transfer.
What a cute pup right there. Weather-wise in Tupelo, right now with our Off Insurance Skycam network, not a lot of action. You will likely see some more rain later on tonight. In Vernon, we do have some rain knocking on your door at this time. We'll show you the radar and have a look at your forecast up next.
Your First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
School Visit Tuesday, let's call it. School Visit Tuesday. I was out at the West Point High School Career and Tech Center earlier today talking severe weather preparedness to those great high schoolers right there. Thanks a lot for having me out. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey in Starkville today, Sudeth Elementary first graders right here soaking up some weather knowledge. And then Jacob went all the way out to Winona Christian. The first, second, and third grade classes right there all together had a great time talking about the weather. And it's actually a very big weather day across our region. Here's our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Columbus this afternoon. Clouds moving on through, some wet weather from time to time. We've had a pretty good recent shower in Columbus in the Golden Triangle area, and you can see the heavier downpours now moving northeast of Columbus out towards Vernon very soon, and in and around Caledonia, southern parts of Lamar, northwestern Pickens counties. And you can see some lighter rain in and around Tupelo, so no major concerns for you. Heavier rain filling back in out towards the Memphis metro and northwestern parts of Mississippi. Even more rains to our south and west, and all of this is coming our way. So I do expect a big shield of rain to fill on in later on this evening and tonight and move on through our area. Now, there's actually a pretty good icing event setting up here in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. A Major League ice storm could get going up there later on tonight. Some spots in Arkansas may see over a half inch of ice if everything comes together. We don't have to worry about that, and we really don't have to worry about severe weather. Maybe a gusty storm, perhaps a little bit of small hail with the stronger storm cells. But by and large, the rain, the major concern around here. 1 to 3 inches of rain possible in our region. Some spots may see a little bit more. Where will the heaviest band set up? We just do not know, but the potential is there. Every location tonight, so just be aware. Some heavier rain later on this evening and during the overnight hours. Still some rain for the morning commute. A lot of that, though, will be done by midday tomorrow, and then clouds will eventually thin out by tomorrow evening, but it will be a blustery and cold day tomorrow. We're looking at 41 in Oxford right now, 62 in Aliceville, most of us in the 40s and 50s. You can see this temperature contrast, a frontal boundary in place, and this little disturbance zipping right along that front is giving rise to the wet weather tonight. And notice how we may actually rise up into around 60 in Columbus later on tonight and then fall back into the 40s. And for you in Tupelo, much the same story. A brief rise this evening, and then we fall during the evening, late in the evening tonight, and during the day tomorrow, much, much colder than where we have been. So here's our 7-day forecast. You can see the rain will wrap up by midday tomorrow. Sunshine returns on Thursday. More wet weather by the weekend.
Coming up, we preview the upcoming baseball season at Mississippi State and signing day at Houston. That's coming up next in sports.
WCBI Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
We'll talk MSU men's hoops coming up at 10. We all eagerly await the start of the baseball season, and it signals the return to the fresh-cut grass, warm temps, of course, SEC baseball. One of those teams ready to play at home is Mississippi State. The Bulldogs, though, will be road warriors until March with the completion of the new Duty Noble Field, but that hasn't messed with the psyche of the Diamond Dogs.
We've known all year long that we're going to be starting the season out on the road, and I think our guys have really rallied around that in terms of bringing it each and every day and preparing 35 guys to open the season on the road this year for so much and so long of a period.
The work ethic and the confidence that this team has is not like it was the last 2 years. You know, we had big guys, big name guys come through this program the last 2 years, but the confidence and the self-talk and the, you know, everything about this team and the makeup about this team is really going to be what strives us and gets us to the next, you know, the next game, the next pitch and all that.
We'll hear from area players from Mississippi State coming up at 10. Speaking of being on the diamond, East Webster grad Bailey Springfield did it back on the circle last week for ICC as the star pitcher was named MACJC Pitcher of the Week as she went 2-0 in her first JUCO starts for the Lady Indians. Springfield struck out 12 batters, scattered 8 hits, walked 2 while only allowing 1 run over 9 innings of work in 2 games. Not a bad way to have your debut. Over to Houston today. The Hilltoppers got a jump start on National Signing Day for Wednesday. Ty Harden sent 2 of his football stars to the JUCO level as defensive backs Ikeal Burgess and quarterback Uriah Shepard. Both are moving on as Ikeal, he'll be headed to Mississippi Delta Community College. Uriah will be on his way to Northwest Mississippi Community College. Both Burgess and Shepard were a part of an incredible run of success at Houston where the Hilltoppers made the playoffs in every season. And the family's very happy, as you can see, to see their young ones off to the next level. The dynamic duo was great on the field, taking Houston to the playoffs, but that legacy that they leave at Houston, it will last a lifetime.
Houston helped me in so many ways, spiritually, mentally, physically, and just gave me really the big parts, principle of life, you know, how to always be a hard worker.
I like the way school set up. It made me feel like I'm right back in high school dealing with the people that I have to deal with in college, so it just feels like I'm at home all over again.
They've left not just a legacy in Houston, but a legacy in football program, my family, great kids. First class, I've got to coach all the way from 7th grade to senior year. I've been around them a lot. It's going to be kind of sad around here, you know, not having them around just because they're not just great football players, they're great kids.
And a good chance to remind you, we have our National Signing Day special coming up tomorrow at 6:30. We'll have every signing from our viewing area. We have over 20 schools having kids signed to the next level to play football. We'll run down some of the national signings of interest. We'll break down the Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Alabama recruiting classes. We are so busy tomorrow. National Signing Day is always a lot of fun, but we'll have that for you coming up. Our Signing Day special at 6:30. Then we'll feature all of our signings throughout our 4 shows coming up tomorrow as well. So we'll be busy, but it's a good thing.
The thing about signing day is that your department increases by 70%.
Yes, we have all of our news department working with us. We have everyone at sports working with us. It's a total team effort. I mean, everyone.
He's everybody's boss tomorrow, basically.
Sort of, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited for it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, thanks. We'll be right back.
Here's a look at our live Doppler radar. We have some showers out there right now. That will fill in during the overnight hours. So if you have missed out on the rain so far today, there's a pretty good bet you're going to get rain tonight. That should wrap up by midday tomorrow. Sun returns Thursday, but we may see 1 to 3 inches of rain here tonight. So another toad strangler, right?
That's it.
Isn't that the term?
That's
Joey?
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or
Toad
gully
strangler.
washer.
Gully washer.
Even the fish are getting tired of all this water.
We need it.
We do.
We do. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone.